Hello and welcome back to the Vangoa refinishing. Now we've already removed all the matte black from the front, back, neck, and headstock. And there is the side, which is going to be a little bit of a pain to do because you can't use a sanding block or anything on it. You couldn't use it here anyways, but it's going to be a long drawn out process, and the sandpaper is going to wreak havoc with the microphone. The microphone's on its last legs anyways, but I'm hoping to be able to make it through this. But we're going to do that, so I'll be popping in here and there with, a little update, show you how it's going, and off to the bench. So first update is I've got this part of the cutaway done. I knew the cutaway was going to be the most frustrating part because doing this here it's hard on your fingers to try and keep a good steady pressure on that. So that's where I'm going with it. Now for the line here, I might leave that little bit of a black line on there. I don't know. We'll see once we get to that point whether it comes off fairly easy. I was concerned about sanding the actual purfling, the lining here, but it doesn't seem to be causing a problem. I did the top here, and it is like a 3-4 layer black white stripe. And I just sanded right over it and it didn't mess with it at all. When I did up through here, that didn't mess with it anywhere. So we'll see how that goes. But there's the first update. That is a pain in the fingers trying to sand that, but keep going. So, would I do it again? Never. Never. If this wasn't a left-handed 12 string, I wouldn't even be finishing it. But it's rare just for that simple fact. Now, there's a couple of spots here and down on the bottom right below there that I don't know if that's going to come out or not. I guess we'll find out as time goes by. We'll give it another shot at that point. But there are some imperfections on it. Oh well, we'll get around them. As I say, it's not going up for sale. It's not going to be out on the market or anything, so it's just for me. So there we are. I still have to do the trim around the EQ and the power output and the very end of the headstock, but I'm still not sure what I'm doing with the headstock. I'm still toying with the idea of hacking off the top part, but we'll see. Anyways, what do you think? She came up pretty good, I think. There was still, of course, as I said, I overdid it around the machine head holes, and there's a couple of spots that are down to the bare wood. The top is laminated because the head is two-piece different colors, and the neck is obviously two-piece different colors. But overall, I think it came out rather nice. I don't mind playing this, or won't, once it gets to that point. Alright, so there are still a couple of spots. There's some dark spots here, down at the bottom there. Some things in the side of the head, here on the back, and up in this area. And one right there, as a matter of fact, as well. But most of it is going to come out, I think. There's still some spots. There was like a ding here and here that still have the black in it that, I'm going to just ruin the finish, or the sealer, trying to get into them. So I'm not going to bother with that. And there's one in the side of the neck up here. But overall, yeah. Now, to decide on whether I do the bridge or just leave it. But I'm going to go over, like as I say, I got to get some grooves and the surround. Didn't want to get any dust in there, so I taped over the edges, but they are going to need to be cleaned up around. And we'll find out where that happens next. So it looks like the sanding is now done. How'd she turn out? There's just a little bit of black around there and here, just because I didn't want to take them out to sand under it. So close enough. As I say, it's not an expensive guitar. So would I do it again? Never. Could you pay me to do it? A lot. So from here, we're gonna, as I say, touch up some of the rough spots a bit with the sandpaper. Maybe give it a coating or something. I don't know on the headstock yet. Maybe that's what I'm going to do next, is cut that down. Maybe that's will be the next video will be, is to cut down and the refinishing. But there we go. Thanks for watching. Please share, like, subscribe. Tell me what I did right, did wrong. I know I did something wrong. It was refinishing this. The amount of labor that went into refinishing it was probably 2 or 3 times the price of the guitar. But it's a left-handed 12-string, so it's rare. You don't find them every day. And yeah, it's a cheap one, but it's still one. And who knows? Maybe do some upgrades to it. We'll see how that happens. I don't know about the fretboard here. This is a black walnut. And I'm not really too enthralled with it. There's a real rough patch right in there. You won't be able to see it, no doubt, on this camera, but I might sand it over. But if I sand it, I'm gonna have to go across the grain, so I'm toying with that still. Either way, as I say, please share, like, subscribe, check out the other videos on my channel. Leave a comment below. Remember, I'm not a luthier, just an old guy with too much time on my hands. So thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye now.